can double, triple, quadruple your income right now. Whatever you did in the last 3 months, let that go. This is a new chapter. This is a fresh page. Okay, nobody ended this year the way that they wanted to, myself included. Okay, I had really big goals for this year, and a lot of them didn't happen. Okay, so I could, one, feel sorry for myself and continue to waste a lot of time, which I'm not going to do that. Two, pull myself up by my bootstraps and keep going. That's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. So I'm not going to give anybody a pass to, especially if you've been here for a minute, to feel sorry for yourself. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to coddle anybody. We are leaders for a reason, and leaders make leaders. So I'm going to treat you like a leader. Know that we're all running together. We're all doing this together. We're all working hard together. But everyone is responsible for their own business. And if you ask me something that you can easily find the answer to, I'm going to let you find the answer, because I'm doing you a disservice if I constantly give you the answer. Okay? You guys are all leaders. You all want to make more money. You have to start stepping it up right now. Okay? So with that being said, the qualifications are auto ship has to be set up, run by the 25th at the latest. Okay, so there has to be a screenshot of that in the contest post that I'm going to put up. If you can't do that, qualification for being commission qualified by the 15th. Why am I asking you guys to do this? Because you run a business. This isn't a hobby. This isn't like I'm going to make 20 bucks. We're not going for that kind of money. We're going for thousands of dollars, life-changing money in the next 90 days. So we have to step up our game. If you don't have the money, like I said, come up with the customers by the 15th. I cannot place people, customers, distributors under people that are not commission qualified. I'm not going to do it. I can't stress that enough. It stresses me out. I'm not going to live with that kind of anxiety for this month. I'm not going to do it. Okay? So those two things. And then 500 clubs. So if your volume is 500, then you are going to qualify for this Zoom with Carla Burns. Okay? And then the last thing is completing your steps to success. So 3 distributors, 4 customers. Okay? You do that, you qualify for this Zoom with Carla. Okay? You don't have to do all 3 of these things, but you do have to do 2 out of the 3. So I am giving you a break. If you're smart, you're going to go for doing all 3, because you're just going to make, it just makes sense. You're going to make a promotion. You're going to make things happen if you do all 3. But if you are pushing along and you are working and you make the 2 out of the 3, you're still going to be a part of the Zoom. Okay? Because I want you to learn from her. She has a lot to offer. All right. That being said, that's the contest. I am also going to throw in some additional prizes out of the people that do complete their steps of success, the people that do that part. I'm going to have an additional prize for them. And I'm also going to have an additional prize for the person that produces the most customers and the most distributors this month. There's going to be a special thing for that too. Okay, so I'm going to definitely make it worth your while. This is going to be a kick-ass contest. You're going to want to win everything. And that's the pace that we have to work at. You know, when we had these contests, it's when everybody was promoting. Everybody was so excited. So even if you didn't enroll anybody last month, please don't let that determine what you're going to do this month, because it's not a determining factor. It's a new year, new people to talk to, new lives to change. January is a huge month in our business. And if you've been working for the last 3 months, you're going to see the fruits of your labor this month. You're going to have an insane amount of people enrolling with you. If you've been doing the work for the last 90 days, which everyone on here has been, on the power hours, doing the tasks, talking to people, adding to their network. If you've been doing that for the last 90 days, this month, is where it's going to pay you big time. Because all those people that told you, oh, this, that, the other came up, this month they're ready because it's the new year. Okay. So that's the contest. And then what else are we going to talk about? Oh yeah, the Zoom that we did with Cami. Okay, so she had 2 girls that are amazing leaders in this business. If you follow them on social media, one was, her name is Rachel Jones, and then the other one, I'm going to put a post up on Ali with all the contest rules. Okay, starting January 1st through the 31st. Okay, so you're not going to miss a beat. Don't worry. Rachel Jones has an incredible story. If you guys have not heard Rachel Jones's story, it's amazing. I'll give you the synopsis real quick. And then she had another leader on there whose name is Sherry Rogers. I hope I'm saying her name right. Okay. These 2 women have been through the ringer. Let me tell you. Okay. Rachel Jones came into the business. She promoted super fast. Boom, boom, boom. In those 90 days, like what we're doing right now, she did a 90-day run and she promoted to presidential. So presidentials make an average of, if you're new, $14,000 a month or more. Big time money, right? So she promoted all the way to presidential. However, she made the mistake that a lot of people do. She slowed down when she reached that rank because it took a lot of stamina to get there. She slowed down, but she didn't slow down and continue a pace that was, you know, because the way we're going to be working right now, it's hard, it's grueling, and you can only do it for a short period of time without letting, you know, everything in your life come second. But you can do it for 90 days, but you can't consistently do it past 90 days. You got to just like take a minute and take a breather. She didn't just take a minute, she'd take a breather. She took a year off of her business after she went presidential, and she just went on coasting. You know, that was cool for her. That income was cool. Guess what happens to your business when you walk away for a year? It crumbles. As soon as you reach your 90-day goal, you need to set a new goal. Don't make the mistake of thinking like, oh, I got here, I'm good. No, you got to keep going, because you got here, that's great. But there's other people that are depending on you, that are on your team, that are expecting you to go for more. Because if you don't go for more, they're not going to go for more. They're going to do what you do. So if you're coasting, that's what they're going to do. So she did that for a year, and then she completely lost presidential, and she ended up going to conference the very next year as a diamond. So can you guys imagine that? Making $14,000 a month. Most presidentials make like $20,000 a month. Let's just be real. And then having that drop all the way back down to like $2,000 a month. Like, do you know what a hit that is to your confidence? To like you believing in your ability to do this? I mean, it affected her really badly. She also was going through a really hard time in her marriage. She was also going through a really hard pregnancy. And that's kind of why she coasted, is because like there was a lot of stuff going on at home. There was a lot of stuff going on with her pregnancy. So that's what happened to her. But she learned. She learned so much through that valley that she went through. And then this year, she was at Costa Rica. She was one of the top income earners in the whole company. And I don't even think she's gotten her presidential back, but she's probably making more money now being a triple diamond than when she was a presidential. So she's probably making presidential income only being a triple diamond. So her story is super interesting, but that's what she said, is like she learned the most in those valleys. So if you're in a dark place right now, or if things are difficult, please don't feel sorry for yourself, because you're doing a huge disservice. Okay, God's molding you and creating you into what he's going to bless you with. So don't curse it. Don't be upset about it. Realize what he's doing for you. He's preparing you for what's coming. Because now, if she hadn't gone through that, do you think she would value her team the way she does now? No, she wouldn't. And she's making a whole lot more money than she used to, I'm sure. So when she said, a couple of things she said I wrote down is she felt like a failure, like I was telling you, and she also felt like, why does it have to be so hard? And she was blaming everybody around her, including her team, including her marriage, including everybody, but she wasn't looking at herself. Okay. So her paychecks were so small, she said that she was barely able to cover her bills. And she felt like she was one decision away from turning it around, but she was ready to quit, you guys. Like she was ready to throw in the towel. She was ready, like she was blaming it on the company. But see, when those kinds of things happen to you, you have to look at, why is this happening to me? And I can control certain things about myself. So what am I going to do to turn it around? That's what you got to do. You know, God didn't create us to just be minimal or mediocre. He created us to be great. And he gave us a lot of gifts. And this team is super talented. So don't you dare feel sorry for yourself for even a second, because you have to remember what you're going for. And if you don't keep going for it, you're going to let a lot of people down that you have promised that you're going to make this happen for. So I'm not going to allow you to feel sorry for yourself. If you're having a crappy day, that's cool. Message me, but I'm going to tell you, you have 10 seconds to feel sorry for yourself and we're moving on. Okay? I'm going to be like super not lenient with you guys. Okay? I'm not going to be all cuddly and sweet because you're too good for that. You're too good for that. You have a lot of things that are coming and we got to go for it. It's not the time to slow down. All right. So then so many people were asking her, how did you turn it around? What did you do? You know, how did you make it better? And she said, it wasn't one thing. It was just consistency. That's all it was for her. So she wasn't doing anything. Like her leaders were kind of leading her team. She wasn't really like that involved with her team anymore. So then she just started doing one thing at a time, just consistently. And she's like, gosh, I used to bring in so many people. Well, if you did it before, you could do it again. You know, whatever your top enrollment has been to this point, you could do it again. Even if you've had a dry spell, you can do it again. You just have to believe that you can. You have to believe in yourself. And that confidence comes with little baby steps. So don't set yourself up to, like, you know, have these huge, huge daily goals. Like, just make consistency your goal. Okay, I'm going to do this every day. Okay. I'm not saying you have to message 200 people a day. You don't have to do that. But by the end of the month, you better have reached 200 people because of your consistency of talking to people. You know, it's not about the numbers so much, but it's about the consistency, the action that you take, and the intention that you have behind that action. You know, Taina and I could do the same exact work and have completely different results. Why? Because what she's doing in her mind, she's telling herself, I'm going to do this and it's going to give me results. And in my mind, I'm telling myself, I'm going to do this, that's going to give me results. And we do different things, but we still get results because the intention is just as important as the action. So you guys, most of you are in the 90-day challenge chat. So you have the steps and the actions and the tasks every day. I'm going to also be posting stuff on the team page and be consistent with it daily. So for the people that are not in the chat, you know, you're newer, you're still like doing your steps to success, there's going to be things in there that you can do that are at, like, you know, a different pace. So print out those worksheets, figure out where you are right now, figure out where you're going, set those goals. We've done our dream boards, all of us. So now it's time to take the action and also to figure out what's the pace that you're going to go at. Are you going to walk? Are you going to jog? Or are you going to run? I'm going to run because my goals are that big. I don't have the luxury of walking or jogging or crawling. I had to run. But maybe you're new. Maybe running is not something you could do right now. Maybe you work full time. You know, maybe you just don't have that many hours in the day. If you're doing full-time work, like a full-time job outside of this business, and you're still committing to do a 90-day run, I'm going to give you realistic expectations of what your day and your schedule should look like. If you have a full-time job and you're doing this too, you should still be working your business 6 hours a day. 6. Okay? If you want to have like triple, quadruple the income you're having now, 6 hours a day, part-time, just like another job. You squeeze that in where you can, how you can. We have power hours different times of the day. You're doing 3 power hours a day and you're like consistently generating leads and maybe doing in-person stuff. You're going to look back on your day and go like, yeah, I did 6 hours, easy. Yeah, I did. If you don't have another job and this is all you do and you're doing a 90-day run, realistically, you should be working 8 to 10 hours a day. 8 to 10. Like the rest of your day is sleeping, eating, hanging out with your family, and you're working. Your life is very fucking boring right now because of what you're going for. Okay, so the goals need to be set in stone right now. If you have not done that yet, I'm going to tell you right now, and this is my tough love moment for somebody that has not written down their goals yet, because there's like no excuse why you haven't, because we've had plenty of time to do it. It's not going to happen because you didn't even take the time to write it down. So if you want it to happen, write it down, put it in front of you. It needs to be in front of you every single day. It's easy to punk out when you're tired and you want to take a nap. It's easy to not wake up at 5 when the alarm goes off. It's easy to not stay up that extra hour because you're tired. But when you have that written down and you're looking at it, you don't have an out. You got to go for it. Okay? So those are the realistic expectations of this 90-day run that we're doing. All right. So Sherry Rogers. Sherry Rogers, Taita knows her story a little bit better than me. Sherry Rogers also was presidential. And then a leader in It Works left and went to a different company and poached like half her team. So she reached presidential income. She bought a $500,000 house. Her family was like used to that income, spending that money. Half her team left and went to a different company and followed this other leader. That was her upline. Talk about messed up. Talk about like, that's a come to Jesus moment if I ever heard one. That's got to be really hard. I can't even imagine how she picked herself up to keep going every day. If that happened to me, gosh, like my hat's off to her. That's tough. Half her team is gone, right? Half her volume's gone. So then rolled back to Double Diamond. She watched all these people that left her to go for this other leader in this other company. She watched all of them making money, and she kept telling herself, the grass is greener where you water it. You know, like, this is the right place for me. This is the right place for me. After months and months and months and months of watching them, she decided to go and join them in this other company. And she went, she figured out they weren't making the kind of money that you make here, that, you know, what they were posting on social media and stuff wasn't really what was going on. And she came back. She humbly came back to somebody that was, I don't even think on her team, like just somebody she kept in contact with that was her friend, that just, you know, wished her well when she left and encouraged her to come back when she did. And she signed up with that person. And that person's on Rachel Jones's team. And so now she's going for presidential all over again from nothing. Can you imagine like having all these followers on social media, like all these people that follow you and like them watching you do that? She has to like earn people's trust all over again, you guys. Like, that's hard. And come back and say, this is the place for me. Like, I don't know why I left. That's a very humbling moment of things that she went through. But she said that there's one thing that she wrote down that I wrote, that I, like, there's one thing she said that really hit home for me, and I wrote it down. She said, don't put your eggs all in one basket. So what she meant by that is, don't always just do one thing and expect it to grow your business, that one thing, and just focus on that one thing. You have to be always learning, and you have to be doing multiple things to bring in those people into your business. Okay, if one way is not working, try a different one. It's not giving you results, and you gave it like a good 2 months of doing something and it's just not working for you, but you consistently did it for 2 months, then it's time for you to change it up. But don't tell me something doesn't work if you did it for 2 days, because that's not consistency. Give it like 60 days. And then honestly, if it hasn't worked for you, then okay, it's time for you to change something up. Something's got to like give, something's got to change. And that's a personal conversation you can have with whoever enrolled you, and just be honest, just be open. You know, we're all loving here. If you're brand new, like I'm just having a tough love moment because I want to see everybody win. I want to see everybody having massive success in 90 days. Okay, this isn't about me. If it was about me, I wouldn't be on here. I'd be eating dinner right now. This is about you guys. This is about you guys making amazing things that you've put on your dream board come true, and not just have it be another year that you look at something that doesn't happen. That's not the year for this. Those things are happening. So we just got to put in the work. Okay. She also said, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So she's always ready and anticipating people coming into her business. So what does that mean? If you're doing pop-ups, if you do face-to-face, that means have samples in your purse, have wraps in your purse. Always be ready. Have your Blitz cards with you when you go out. Always be ready. You don't know when those situations are going to come up. Just always be ready. And then also, if you work from home, like full time, and you work mostly on social media, get ready. Just because you don't leave your house, like get ready. Don't just be in your pajamas all day every day. Like I easily do that. Okay, like I'm not even gonna lie. Like I need to work on that. I could easily just like not even get ready, and I'll go live like that too. I don't even care. But I'm gonna make an effort to be like more put together, because it makes you confident. It gives you confidence. You feel good. So you do your video and people feel that. And that's why people enroll with you. Okay. It's not like I have some magic script in my back pocket and that's why people enroll with me and they don't with you. It's confidence. That's what it is. And excitement. If you're confident and you're excited, people are going to join you. That's just the way it is. They want to know why you're excited. They want to be excited too. They want to have fun too. You know, their life sucks. Like something's going on in their life. They're looking for a way out too, just like you were. So you're like so excited, they're just going to sign up with you because they want to be excited about something too. It's contagious energy. Okay. So then Cami was talking about how when you make that kind of money, okay, when you're making like triple, presidential, even double diamond money, when you're making more money than you've ever made before, okay, I'm assuming that nobody on here has made more than $5,000 ever in their life. Maybe some of you have, I don't know. But I'm talking 5, 10, 20, $15,000 a month. Like I'm talking big time money that we're working hard for that. We're not just making chump change here, okay? So when you make that kind of money, she said, pay off your debt. Pay off your debt, because in business, sometimes you have highs, sometimes you have lows. But if you have money saved and you've paid off your debt, if you have a low, who cares? It's fine. It's all good. You got like 6-9 months of savings in your bank account. If you have a month that you're off, big deal. Like you have plenty. You're not stressing. So I want everyone to be in that position. When you're making that money that's more than just to survive and you're like actually thriving, don't change your lifestyle. That's like the worst thing to do. Pay off everything that you owe. Pay off your car, pay off your credit cards, pay off your student loans. Don't have that stuff hanging over your head, and then start saving your money, because to whom much is given, much is required. God's going to give you that kind of money. Like you better be smart with it, because then things like what you just heard happen, because he'll teach you a lesson if you're not like listening. You know, that's just what happens. You can't be making that kind of money and not being responsible with it. You have to be responsible with it if you expect it to continuously grow and keep coming in. You know, and like I said before, it's about you right now, because you guys are all going to these huge goals, but you'll figure out and you'll see real quick when you get there, you're going to want more people on your team there with you. You're going to want people to feel like you do on your team. Like you're going to want everyone to feel like that. And then it's not really about you already accomplished your goals. So then you're going to turn around and be like, you're going to be done running this 90-day race. You're going to turn around and be like, okay, who else is crossing this finish line now? How many people are going to cross this finish line? Okay, you crossed. Okay, you crossed. Okay, you crossed. Okay, how much debt did you pay off? You get to stay home with your kids. You get to retire your spouse. You get to go visit your grandkids. You get to buy a house. You get to retire your husband. You get to bring your family here from a different country. Like, you're going to want to see that. And that's going to make you so happy. That's going to feel like a huge accomplishment. And that's where all of you guys are going to be at very soon. So I don't think I have anything else. She did let something slip about conference. It's not really anything I didn't expect. She said there's going to be new pop-up stuff. There's going to be prospecting videos available to the whole company. There's going to be new Blitz cards and new catalogs, but there always is a conference. So that's not like new news. But just one last thing is take quitting off the table. Don't even allow your mind to go there. If you're having a hard day, feed your mind, do some journaling, open your Bible, read your Bible, listen to some music, go for a walk, go for a run, go play with your kids, go do something that makes you happy, but don't even think about quitting, because it's not even an option, you guys. What are you going to go back to? Hello? You signed up for a reason, right? What are you going to go back to what you were doing before? If that was making you happy, you wouldn't be here. So take it off the table. Just take it off, okay? Because quitting is not the answer. And there's nothing wrong with the company. And if that thought is crossing your mind, I want you to think, why am I thinking that? Because quitting, like making quitting an option, is actually you quitting on yourself and you quitting on your family and you quitting on your dreams. Do you really want to live your life that way? Like, I want to ask you that straight up. If any of you are thinking that, that's crossing any of your minds right now, you need to like really ask yourself that. Like, let's be real. Why are you thinking that? And then get to the root of it and figure out some solutions, okay? If it's because you're tired, then maybe you need to sleep more. If it's because you're overwhelmed, then maybe you need to get a planner. If it's because you can't keep track of your leads, then maybe you should be making some lists. Like, there's an easy solution, but don't let it get so bad that you are like in such a dark place that you can't even see straight. And don't make decisions from that place, because it's not a good place to make decisions from. Okay, I've been in those dark places. I know what that's like. It is hard. It does feel like you can't get yourself out of it. It's difficult. On this team, we've had deaths. We've had people, close family committing suicide. We've had all kinds of shit happen on this team. Okay? We've had people diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. I mean, you name it, we've gone through it together. Okay? We're here for a reason. Let's keep our eye on the prize. And let's just go for it. Just go for it. Okay. So what are the ideas that you guys, I didn't plan for this to run so long. What are the ideas that you guys have for some team bonding activities? Anybody, just unmute yourself. Anybody want to go first? Anybody that voted for more team bonding? I expect you to say something because you voted for it.
Well, I just want to say that I think we have great bonding here. I can't think of any better way to bond than the way we do right now. Anytime I show up on here, no matter how I'm feeling as a caregiver, I feel so much better and so enlightened when I show up here. So if there's any deeper bonding that can be done, I'm listening because this is a great bond here. I mentioned this group to somebody. I just said, "Oh, I'm part of the Brave Dreamers." They were like, "What is that?" I said, "That's where I go and bond with my sisters to make things happen. They believe with me. They pray with me. So I don't know how much deeper bonding we could do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all in, but I think this is great what we do here now. And education, right here is education, right here.
I totally agree with you.
Well, thank you for that, Demetria.
Absolutely.
Anybody want to add to that?
I agree with her.
Well, somebody's got to have some idea of something.
Honestly, when you had that list, when you put up that list, I couldn't pick one, so that's the only one I picked. I'm like, we have that.
Oh, you're so funny. Okay.
So, but I do think I've already told you this earlier on Zoom, us being closer, maybe like a couple times a year, if we can make it happen. I definitely think that's been something that I've wanted for a long time, though. So, team retreats and all of that
I definitely want to do a team retreat this year.
is things that we've already had in the books, so things that we want to do. So, anybody else wants to say anything, you can.
I definitely want more bonding time with Tati. That's for sure. Because me and her were just like, what, an hour, 45 minutes away. And I make sometimes a time to go up there. So I got to make that one of my priorities this year.
I wish you still lived here.
Well,
Me too.
You guys will see each other at conference. We'll bond there. We'll have plenty of days for that.
I don't know about that. I feel like we need more time at conference, honestly.
Yeah, it's a lot in a short period of time. It's really awesome though. Okay, so Mary says, I want to host a team retreat in Texas. Yes, I agree. You have to buy a ranch first though.
Wow, that ranch.
How are you gonna host us? There's gonna be a lot of us.
Did you want to talk about our diamond retreat idea later?
I've been like, I've really wanted since last year. I really wanted to do a diamond dash retreat. I went to one personally last year that my friend did. We're not on the same team. She just invited me because she just invited me. So I went and it was awesome.
Because you're awesome.
She had an amazing time with her team. Like everybody bonded. Like everybody just came out of that weekend just totally different and moved forward in their business, and it was just beautiful. And they went to Disneyland, and that's what they did for the weekend. And I would love to do that, and I've already asked Margarita to join us, and I would like for us to have our own Disney retreat on a cruise. There are cruises out of the West Coast, out of San Diego, that go to Mexico. It's just 2 days, 3 days.
Oh yeah.
Very short period of time. A lot of us are on the West Coast, so that's not like a big flight, or for a lot of us it's just driving, or a super cheap flight. It's totally doable, but you guys have to go diamond first because it's still, gonna be like $800 to go on a cruise. So it's, I don't want to make it something that's financially, too hard for somebody to do. So that's why I want to make it a diamond and above Disney cruise, because when you're diamond, they're going to roll out the bonuses. So that's like a $2,000 paycheck. So you could easily do, 800, or, while you're promoting, do payments or whatever. But that probably won't be until, April or May, so it depends on you guys. It depends on where everybody's promotions go. If we can do that, I would like to see it happen.
Yeah, that Ensenada cruise would be fun. Oh wow, yeah. It's really nice.
It'd be great. And like I asked Margarita, she's down. Like as long as it coincides with her schedule and we give her enough time, then she definitely wants to do that.
That's cool. How many is it on our team? The Dreamers. How many is it of us?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, is it over 100?
I don't even know. I mean, me personally, I have probably like over 200 people in my
Oh,
organization, but I don't know
oh,
a lot of them because it's a team that is somebody that it's a long story, but
mhm.
we're not friends
Oh, okay.
anymore. But so
Okay.
I don't know really anybody on her team.
Okay.
I did in the beginning, but now, you know, I haven't really seen her in like a year or two. So anybody she enrolled after that, I don't really know them. But
Okay.
like me personally, I would say we have a good like 5 people here, maybe closer to, well, there's 10 of us going to conference.
Oh,
So,
okay. Okay. I got
but
you.
you know, Taina and I are not on the same team. So,
Okay.
you know, some people here are on Taina's team, and Stacy, I adopted her a long time ago.
Okay.
Technically she's not on my team, but I don't see it that way. So I consider anybody on Stacy's team, like you, Demetria, part of our team.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm so glad to be a part.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
are just a lot of sisters from different misters.
There you
Okay.
go.
All right.
There you
Okay.
go.
I get it. I get
You
it.
guys will see too, as you grow, your team will grow in different, like people will start bringing in people that you probably won't be able to connect with. That would be impossible. So that's just how it works. But
Oh,
that's
okay.
and that's why we have these things. Like I have people on my team that don't even come on here, and I have people
Mm-hmm.
on the team that were partnered up with me. I have people on my team like that are in Mexico now. That I started.
Oh, okay.
So
So like if we were to host, say for instance, I said, oh, I want to host something for us. So it would just be like putting it together and then inviting you guys into Vegas and like that. Is that when you say hosting and like when we actually literally come together?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And I was talking to Melissa
Yeah.
today, maybe doing something in Vegas in the
Yeah.
summer for
Yeah.
the team, because I feel like everybody can get to Vegas for a weekend.
Mhm.
Okay.
And
There's so
Mhm.
much to do there.
and
It
then
really
There's a
once we
lot
get
to do here.
some new diamonds coming in, then we can plan a retreat on a cruise. And for me, I mean, there would be spots earned as well. So
right.
I want at least some people on my team to earn it. So she said qualification times, those people would earn it. So it'd be basically just have to pay for their flights, but it still costs money, right, to get there. So
Right.
and you want to have money when you're traveling, all that kind of stuff, you know,
Right,
just in case you need a babysitter, you got to pay someone, stuff like that. But
Here's the thing is this is the way that I see it. Okay, we do this 9-day run, and then we have a bunch of people on the team promote. Okay. But they still have to get paid at that rate.
Oh, okay.
In April. Okay, so they're not going to be getting paid at that rank until April. Okay, so we can't really have something like too close from now because we have to give them time to put this in their schedule, like figure out how they're, because Disney cruises let you make payments, but you can't. It depends how long the cruise is and where the cruise is, how far out they let you make payments up until. So the Baja Mexico cruises, there aren't that many days, and they're not like in Europe or anything like that. They do. I have a friend that is a travel agent for the Disney cruises, so like I can ask her all these questions, and she can give us all the details so that we can make this like happen this year. But what I'm thinking is everybody's got to promote still. They've got to get paid at that rank. So realistically, doing something like that, like I think we should do the biggest thing first and then do something like that, like a Disney cruise to Ensenada, Baja, California, Catalina Island. They have all those West Coast cruises. They don't make those stops all year round though. They only do it certain parts of the year. So we may end up going to, like, if we do it in the fall, we may end up going to the Bahamas instead. And then if we're going to go to the Bahamas in September, well, then I'm not going to go on Carla's cruise in November because I
Right.
prefer to spend time with you guys because I've already done that 3 times, 4
Okay.
times. You know, so like I'm not missing anything. I've already done it several times. I rather have something with you guys and then invite her to come because she would, and invite
Yes.
Margarita to come, and then we can have that bonding time with them too and the team. And then that's something that more people could be a part of because it's, you know, giving us time to pay for it and everything.
Okay. So the main thing right now is to do the 90-day run
Mm-hmm.
and get that behind us first.
Exactly. Right.
Okay.
Whatever
Okay.
the goal is for you after the 90 days.
Okay.
So has everybody done that goal sheet and know what pace they're going at?
No, I still need to do that. My dad is out of the hospital now and home, so I can focus more.
I know you've had a difficult day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to have that done. But more or less, do we have an idea of what does everybody have a set goal for 90 days from now? Like March 31st, what is the promotion you're hitting? Does everybody know that? Because you all need to know that right now because we're already in it.
Okay.
So do you know that? Have you talked to Stacy? I'm sure Stacy's talked to you about that.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time because
Okay,
I wanted to skip Ruby and go right to whatever that one was next, Emerald or
Yeah, I think you said Emerald to me the other day.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So-
I'm really.
So Emerald for you. I know what mine is. I think I know Taina's Destiny. I'm sure you've talked to Taina about yours. Jaleesa, I'm not sure if you told me yours. Deborah, I'm sure you've talked to Taina. Mary, I know yours. Stacy, I think I know yours. Cassandra, we've talked about it. I think we have a couple newbies, so they're probably have to work on this. And then Annalie, I'm sure you've talked to Taina, but
Yes, we actually need to get unassuming talk. I finally got home. I've been MIA and my phone service just sucks. And as soon as I got home, my messenger just started going crazy. Even my daughter said, "Mommy, what's going on with your phone?" I'm like, I don't have Wi-Fi when I'm apparently when I'm drunk.
So I wanted to talk about something real quick before we have to leave. Melissa kind of went into it because we were taking notes together earlier. We were talking. So I really wanted to talk to you guys about finding your confidence because I feel like there's a reason why we're getting held back in our business or in our life, period. Even if you weren't in this business, there's always something that holds us back. So for me, for a long time, it was like I felt like I wasn't a good enough leader, even though I knew I could bring in a lot of people. I stopped myself because I felt like I didn't have the system that I wanted for them to be successful. And that's very important to me when someone is on my team. Like I take that like it's my number one job. I want to see everybody making money. So I actually figured that out after I met Melissa. So once I figured out that that was what was holding me back, I was able to change that, right? For a long time, I have been a team and distributor enroller, but not a customer enroller. And I had to figure that out too. So I learned that I wasn't confident with my health. I wasn't confident with the way that I looked or felt. So I felt like, how can I share these products with people if I'm not happy the way that I feel, you know? So that held me back too. So I want you guys to think about that tonight. You guys all have something that's holding you back from running in this business, bringing in team members or distributors. It's not that you don't know. It's not that you don't know all these tips and trainings that we give you guys. You know you can do it, but there's something holding you back. And I want you guys to spend tonight trying to figure what that is out. Because tomorrow I'm going to ask everybody. And I want an answer because I want to help you get through that. I want to give you what will help you get over that so we can move on and we can bring in the team that we all deserve to have. Okay? And I'm telling you guys this from experience because this is what I went through. And I told Melissa earlier, it's not fair for you guys to have to sit and go through this and just hope that you guys just bring in a team or a type of team that you want or customers consistently and us not work this out. I'm not going to let you guys go another year and not figure this out. We're going to figure this out within the next couple days this week so we can move on and so we can bring in people and be confident. Like she said, people see when you're confident and you're excited, they want to be a part of it. It's our time to perform and not just think about it, because we all deserve to have those huge teams that we all want this year. Okay. I was following this girl that I thought, oh my gosh, she has this massive team in Mexico. That's like my ultimate dream board last year. I want to build a team in Mexico. I want to build a team in Mexico all year. I watched one Zoom where she said, and I was over here thinking she was already mass enrolling Mexico people. Okay. I didn't know anything, but she said that she worked every single day and she brought in the people, you guys. Last year, no one on her team was above Ruby and Emerald. She didn't have any diamonds. In 1 year, she ended up having like 20 diamonds and above. So there's people above diamond in 1 year of working hard and performing and not just thinking. She wasn't thinking, should I do this or should I do that? She was just doing, like Melissa said, brought up too, like the small consistency every day for a year. Could you guys imagine right now, maybe you don't have anybody on your team, but in a year you have 5 diamonds or you have a huge team, or like for me, I want to really have double diamonds and above diamonds on my team, right? So yeah. It's the same for me. Like I've had a lot of things hold me back in the past 4 years, but I'm thinking the word perform every single day. Just do. Consistency. Don't think. Do. Take a day for self-care if you need it. I give myself a self-care every day now. I used to say, I have 1 day a week for self-care. Now I'm like, no, why not? Why can't I have an hour of self-care a day? That's the least that I can do for myself, right? 20 minutes of self-development. Give yourself time to get ready. Like Melissa's saying, get ready, take a shower. I know, I'm mom life too. Like last year, I like wouldn't even brush my hair. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. My hair was in a bun for a whole week. And like, once I took it out, it was crazy. So, but that killed me because by the time I actually took care of myself, I felt like worthless. I'm like, I don't even brush my hair. Like I say I want long hair, but I can't even brush my hair. That's not going to happen. So, and I know this sounds silly, but it's like serious stuff, you know? I know what it feels like to be in that position and just feel like you want to give up, but you have to give yourself self-care. If you can't do it every day, that's fine. Well, then schedule 1 day a week where you just take care of yourself, whether that's going to the gym, spending an hour somewhere, doing something you love. Like I said, for me, it was a New Year's resolution. Every day I spend 1 hour on myself. So that includes my skincare. That includes stopping to make myself breakfast, a healthy breakfast, drinking my vitamins, taking my supplements, doing my self-development. So that all that together is like an hour. So I don't get on my phone until that's done. Because if that's not done, I can't give to my team and I can't give to my family. If I don't feel good about myself, I can't. I could, but it's going to be like half, like half-assed. Like it's not going to be 100. So please schedule a self-care day for yourself and unplug if you have to, so you can be 100% for your business and you can perform better and you can hit your goals every single month. But I think that's it. Oh, I wanted to talk a little bit about the groups, and I'm going to make this fast because a lot of people have been asking me, like, why do I do groups? What is the big thing about the keto group? And you guys see me talking about it all the time now. I did this last year. I started a group, and I decided to do keto because after I tried keto strictly for 30 days, I found that I lost 25 pounds, and I was like, oh my God, I can do this. So I got really excited, and I started this group, and at the time, it was only 10 people at a time. So I would only allow 10 people to be in my group at a time so I could really help them and like get them on products and like really support them in their goals. But this year I'm opening it up to anybody that wants to join. It's completely free, but the requirement is that I'm going to share my products in there, and I'm telling them this before they join. I'm like, because a lot of people, I made a post about my keto group. A lot of people commented. So I messaged them and I said, look, it's free. You can plug in there. You can check it out. But I want to let you know, I do use supplements along with keto, and I'm going to talk a lot about those products. So if you're okay with that, I know eventually every day they're going to see me drinking these products, they're going to want to try them. There's like no way they don't. If you're on my team, you can be in there too and learn from what I've learned. But the reason why I want to tell you guys about these groups is because it's bringing me a massive amount of leads. Okay. I got 35 leads from the group. I just started not even a week ago. And all these girls are now talking to me about the keto coffee as well. So with that being said, it doesn't have to be keto for you. It could be anything. It could be skincare. It could be, maybe you're really good at, I don't know, you guys can get creative. But I would recommend, like Destiny just started. That's why I was like very happy when I see her do that, because that's going to give her an audience that's basically only hers. So these girls that are in my group now, they're like my audience, right? I'm going to form a relationship with them. I'm going to be going live in there talking about what I'm doing, and I'm making it exclusive. So my outside audience wants to be in it. And then it's going to be that personal relationship. So if you guys want to try to do that, I would definitely recommend, if you're strictly doing social media, if you want to have large amounts of people that you're talking to bring in customers, this is what works for me. Come up with an idea, and create a group and ask people, do you want to be a part of, maybe you're a stay-at-home mom. Hey, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have a stay-at-home mom group where we're going to support each other this year, and we're going to give each other advice. It doesn't have to be huge, you guys. I don't want you guys to think you have to make this group and have like thousands of people in it or hundreds and then give up. No, I'm talking about the handful of people, 10, 15, 20 people a month. Imagine if it's just 10 people a month, right? 10 or 20 people a month. That's consistently you bringing in 10 either distributors or customers, or half and half, 5 customers, 5 distributors. If that's all you bring into your group every month, and that's all that signs up, that's more than the steps to success. Do you see what I'm saying? So you're going to be bringing in people from this group because they're going to be seeing what you're doing. So obviously you want to be, if you're doing beauty, bring in the skincare. If you're doing keto, bring in the keto products. If you feel like you don't have time for a group, well, this is just an idea, but you don't have to spend a lot of time in there. Today, I was already going to make dinner. I was already going to make a keto dinner because I'm doing keto. So I went live in my group and I made my keto tacos, and I was already going to do that. So it's like a win-win. You know, I'm not having to do more work. I'm already going to make the tacos. I'm going to be going live in there maybe once a day if I have time. If not, then I'll just go live in there, you know, when I'm making a new meal, and I'll obviously be sharing like tips and stuff in there. So it's just an idea, and I wanted to let you guys know. So if you guys want to do that, you guys can, or if you guys want to test out your own, you can. If you guys need any type of help or ideas, you can reach out to me and I could try to help. But that's what's working for me right now for customers. That's working for me better than Host to Post. That's working for me better than, well, polls always work really good for me, but that's working for me better than Host to Post. So that's where I'm putting my energy, but I'm still not giving up on Host to Post. I still message for Host to Post every day. I get like a handful of people message me back. I ask them to make a post for me. I do that every day, either way. I always do it all. I always try to do it all. But the group is really what's working for me, and I'm literally expecting to sign up at least 20 people this month before the month ends. Because if I have 35 people in the group and I already have the girls talking to me about the coffee, then I already know I'm going to get at least half of them to sign up for coffee. Even if it's just coffee, that's 15 new customers. So I wanted to point that out. And I think that's all I wanted to talk about. If anybody has questions, feel free to ask. So I know some of you are new, and you're just barely getting started on the steps to success. I just want to clarify. Melissa was talking about a 90-day run that we're doing. You don't have to do it if you're new and it's, you know, it's too much. I totally get it because you're still getting the groove of the business. Your focus is just steps to success or bringing in your first 4 customers so you can earn your shopping spree. And then, you know, we'll work from there. And the 90-day run is just something that you can jump into later. You can always do another one with us. We do them, you know, I'm going to try to do them often. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out as well.
Yeah. I just want to piggyback on what you said a little bit and tell you guys, we are all working on things about ourselves. Okay. Please don't think that because I've been in this business longer than you, that there's things I don't have to work on a daily basis. There is. I just don't talk about it because I don't choose to focus my energy on it after I've done my personal development. I'm done with it for the day and I move on. But I will tell you right now, if you know that there's things about you that's holding you back, like Taina brought up a great one, confidence. Okay. My confidence was shattered after I had my daughter. I went through postpartum depression. I had to figure out who I was as a mom. I had to come back to me again. I had to make me a priority again. taking care of a baby full time. My husband worked nights. I didn't see him. It was hard. Okay. It was hard. It was a dark place. None of you guys were on my team except for Mary. So she saw me in that place, you know, and I'm very lucky that Mary's still here because I put my team through the ringer. Like, I'm not going to lie. It was not my best moment, but I learned a lot. I learned how I was going to do it differently going forward, you know. So this time I'm doing a 90-day run. I was telling Taina this. For me, there's certain things doing this 90-day run that are a standard I'm going to set for myself that I have to stick to. I know for me personally, it's a personal decision. So for you, you have to take inventory and figure out what it is for you. For me, family time is not something I'm going to sacrifice. If I have to wake up earlier or if I have to go to bed later, I'm going to have family time every day. Because the reason that I'm doing this business and the reason why I'm here is for those two people on the other side of the door. So if I'm going to ask them to sacrifice so much for me, I have to give them time. That's not an option for my family. I'm not willing to give that up. Okay? Second thing is I have to take care of myself. If I don't take care of myself, like Taina was saying, I can't operate at a level of being of service to all of you, doing what I need to do for my business, and also taking time for my family. I know for me, going through postpartum depression, I can't do all-nighters. I can't. I have to sleep. I don't have to sleep 8 hours, but I have to sleep 6. That's not something that I can sacrifice because I'm toast. I can't get through the whole day. You know, so those are things that you figure out along the way, but please honor yourself. Whatever it is that you need to give yourself, give it to yourself because you're not going to be able to reach your goals if you don't. You can't operate at that level if you are not giving yourself something. So for some of you, that means you have to create some boundaries for people in your family. For some of you, that means you have to put yourself first in your day and everybody else can come second. And that's not selfish. That's smart. Because if you don't do that, you're going to burn yourself out. For some of you, that means you're going to have to put away your phone for a couple hours a day and take a day off. And that's what works for you. You know, that's what gives you your mental clarity and your mental health. And that's not something you're willing to sacrifice. You know, so
Play the song Cold as Ice. You're willing to sacrifice.
Sorry, I don't know what Alexa's saying. Alexa's not. So anyway, figure out what your non-negotiables are, was my point I was trying to get to. And I'm pretty toast now. I've been up since 5. So figure out what your non-negotiables are and sit down and talk to your family and tell them what's happening. Make them a part of it. Don't just leave them in the dark, okay? I've done that too. It's a huge mistake. It causes a lot of fights. You know, like I told you guys before, like my husband wasn't super supportive about this. He's wanted me to quit multiple times. You know, so I've had him in my ear for 5 years about this business. And I had to ignore him at one point in time. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have kept going if I listened to his nonsense. So that was the choice I made. But it also, you know, made our relationship difficult at one point. So you have to set those boundaries. You have to know what your non-negotiables are because you're not going to be able to get through it. So figure it out. Are you going to walk? That's 30 minutes to an hour a day. Are you going to jog? That's 1 to 2 hours a day. Or are you going to run? That's 3 to 5 hours a day. But what's really going to get you there is consistency. If you do it every day, even if you take a day off, but you still do it, you might not do it 100% on that day you take it off, but you're still doing something for your business on that day. Or maybe you're just adding people and cleaning up your friends list that day. You're doing something, even on your day off. If you're willing to do that, you're going to get to where you want to go. You're going to get to that goal, but you have to commit to yourself right now. Nobody in your life right now is more important than what you have on your dream board. Those things that you want to make happen. So put yourself first. There's a lot of yellows here. Put yourself first. Do everyone a favor. Let everyone have a good day because you're in a good mood and people feed off of your energy. Put yourself first. You are the most important thing. Because if you don't, it's not going to happen. Do you want to get there crawling and bleeding, or do you want to get there happy? That's what I had to learn the hard way. So I don't want anybody to go through that. And I want you to like really figure that out tonight. And like Taina said, figure out what was been holding you back. Is it because you're like, oh, I don't know if I can work that hard? That's a valid and legitimate point. So then ask yourself, well, how hard are you willing to work to get to where you want to go? Like realistically, are you willing to do the work? Okay, then maybe you need to scale your goal back a little bit. Maybe that's not something you can commit to right now. But who you need to commit to is yourself. Because if you don't, no one's doing this for you. Okay? They're just not. No one's coming to save you. You got to take responsibility for your business and your goals. So that's all I got. I gotta go. Speaking of that.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for being on here. Melissa brought the fire. Woo woo.
Yes, she did. Thank you, ladies.
Yes.
I really, really appreciate
Thank you. Have a good
great
night.
night. See you guys tomorrow morning.
Good night.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.